I'm in the next phase of my Eveready radio repair, restore. I'm gluing the corner of the loose veneer back down on the cover of the case, the top part of the case, as you can see here. The veneer was loose because it apparently was stored somewhere quite damp. That's the only place that really needs a repair, is on that corner. And I'm not going to strip and refinish this cabinet. I'm just not going to do that. I don't like to strip and refinish antiques unless the finish is so bad that it absolutely is like in my orthophonic credenza. That really was calling to be stripped and refinished because it was so, the finish on it was so shot. So this is what I'm working on with as far as the case is concerned. Have the radio off the bench, and I put another 80 tube in it. Tested it this morning without the fluorescent lights on, and that radio plays real good. So I'm satisfied that it's repaired to the condition that I can put it back in the case once the case is done. But here's a speaker that I plan to use with it. If you've seen my video that I made on this electrodynamic Jensen speaker, I'm going to replace the power cord and also the speaker cord with new. I've got both replacements for it, and so that's what I'm about to do right now. Taking this apart to see how I would attach the new speaker cable, I can see that I could easily damage this thing. This heavy base now is just held on by those wires, so one wrong move, things could rip apart. And this signal cable, the speaker cable, seems to go right, one lead seems to go right into a transformer down in there. At least that's the way it seems. So this is my judgment call. I'm going to cut this thing short. Maybe I won't even cut it. Maybe I'll just attach on that end. But I'm going to attach the new, here's the new speaker wire I got. I'm going to attach this to the old wire somewhere, somehow. Just conceal it inside the cabinet. The power cable will be easy to change. I could leave this attached to one side of the speaker and take this cover off and change this out. But this is really a problem, and I'm not going to fool with it. I don't want to wreck the speaker. This is a good speaker. It's still working. I'm going to do the best I can without ruining it. Here's how I opted to connect up the audio cable, is with just soldering it to a pigtail coming out and then shrink tubing it. I know that there might be some people that said they would have done it differently, but if you saw how it was put together inside, I think you'd agree with me that trying to desolder it and solder a new cable on inside here would have risked ripping something out of a coil, and I just didn't want to do that. So this was my alternative, is what you see right here. So my Jensen speakers is safely back in the cabinet, and the wiring that I did to it is done. You can't imagine how fragile some of these antique speakers are. Anybody that's worked on these old radios and speakers knows that they're, if you're going to rewire them or anything like that, they're extremely fragile. I think they were somewhat fragile when they were brand new, but now that they're old, they're just that much more fragile. So the speaker is safely inside the cabinet. There's my new wires on it. all wired in. Here is the new speaker audio cable, care of Radiola guy, and of course you can see how I attached it. That was the safest approach. If I would have tried to actually attach it in there, that would have been a bad idea all the way around. So this doesn't have a back. And you can see that there was a back on it at one time. That's probably something I could rig up with a decent piece of stainable 1/8 inch plywood and maybe some holes in it with some grill cloth glued on the inside of it. That's about all it really needs. It doesn't. I could get by without having a back, but I probably will make a back for this cabinet. So this is a speaker that's going to go with the Eveready radio that I'm working on.